What's going on, guys? Nick here, back at the Backyard Bars, and today I'm going to be showing you a beginner planche workout. I get this request for a video a lot. People are like, yo, how do I get to planche? Where do I start? If you're unsure, I will show you how to do that today. There are a few really key pointers when it comes to planche. It is an odd movement. We're going to make sure our form is right from the very beginning so that later along we don't have to go back and fix anything. So this is a big mistake a lot of people make because they just jump into trying to do a planche. They do a lot of attempts and don't actually work on the form in order for them to progress a lot faster, right? So we're always gonna work on the form, make sure our form is right, and then we can get a lot stronger, a lot faster. So a few key things before we even get into the workout: make sure you're properly warmed up. This should go without saying, especially when it comes to planche and these more advanced movements. We wanna make sure our shoulders and our elbows are nice warmed up, our joints are ready to go, because there is a lot of pressure we put on them when doing this movement. So before we even get into it, showing you the proper form, you gotta make sure the eye of your elbow is always facing forward. This is gonna take some getting used to. It's very uncomfortable at first. However, this goes for every single time we do planche, so make sure you got this down before even jumping into learning planche. So our eye of our elbow is facing forward. We're gonna do a few of those just to get warmed up, and then we're gonna jump into our other warm-ups with bands and weights, right? So with bands, I always make sure my eye of our elbow is facing the sky, and I do some raises, along with just loosening up my shoulders, going around my head all the way back, doing 360s with my arms to make sure my shoulders are nice and loose as well. I also will throw in some weight training. So I'll throw in some weights, make sure my eye and my elbow is facing the sky as well. I'll do a few shoulder raises. I'll even use a plate the same exact way. And now, after doing a few reps and sets of these, your shoulders and elbows should be nice and warmed up and ready to go. We'll get right into this beginner planche workout, and we'll start from step 0, and we'll do the first few beginning workouts that you should do every single time. And even when you get more advanced, you should still resort back to these. I know I do, and I can pretty much full planche at this point. Make sure we build those basics. The bigger the base, the higher we can build. So we gotta make sure our form is right, we're warming up properly so we can prevent injury, because it is likely to happen when it comes to planche training. Before we jump into the workout, I'm just gonna explain the 4 workouts we're going to be doing. We're gonna be doing scapular retractions, protractions, both on our forearms and on our hands. Next will be hollow body holds for our core, because it is very involved while we're performing a planche. Third workout will be planche leans. We're gonna do a few reps and sets of these. And our final and last workout is going to be pseudo planche push-ups. All right, I'm gonna make sure your form is perfect on all of these before you start getting into more advanced workouts. And if these are super easy and you feel really comfortable with the workout, I'm actually gonna throw in a bonus workout towards the end, so stay tuned to the end to see that extra bonus workout for those of you that are a little bit more advanced and ready to move on to that next step. All right, guys, so first things first, we need to make sure we're using a hollow body form while performing a planche. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start in our push-up position. We're gonna rotate our hands a little bit outward so it's a little bit easier to get the eye of our elbow facing forward, right? So rotate that eye of the elbow so it's facing forward, and we're gonna retract and then protract our back. So here's retraction. We do this when we're doing pulling motions towards our body, like rows or pull-ups, right? We retract our back like we're holding a pencil in between our back, and now we're gonna protract. Think about creating as much space as possible between your chest and the ground. Or think about someone pushing on your chest to the sky, right? We're really trying to hollow out our back and round out our back. The key to this, however, is keeping our core tight at the same time, right? We don't want to do this, right? See how my hips are up? Want to make sure our hips stay down. We're squeezing our glutes, all right? That's going to become more prominent once I teach you the hollow body hold in the second workout. So we're gonna do this for 10 reps. So it's retraction, protraction, keeping that core tight. Once we're done with that 10, we're gonna do the same thing on our forearms in a low plank position. Same thing in a low plank. And that is your scapular retraction, protraction. You're gonna wanna master this and get real comfortable with this before moving on to a tucked, advanced tucked, straddle, and fold planche. All right, so workout number 2 is going to be a hollow body hold. All right, so our core and our entire body is really engaged when we perform a planche, especially when you start to get to straddle and full planche. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna basically do a leg lift. However, we're gonna bring the top of our back up as well. Now the key to this is keeping that lower back down. We do not want to have space in between the ground and our lower back when we perform this. That puts a lot of pressure on our back and it's not good form. Although that may happen in the beginning when you first start, as you get stronger over time, it'll get closer and closer to the ground. And eventually you'll be able to keep that lower back on the ground. So just keep working at it. So we're gonna bring our feet up like a leg lift, bring the top of our back up, almost like we're trying to reach for our toes. Keep your legs completely straight, point those toes, engage the quads, squeeze the glutes, and keep that core tight. So here's your hollow body hold. You're gonna try to perform this for around 20 to 30 seconds. When you get really good at it, you just keep upping the seconds and try for about a minute. Like I said, it's almost like I'm reaching for my toes. The only thing touching the ground is my lower back. You see, I can almost like rock back and forth. Another great way to think about this is think about having a bowl of water on your pelvis, right? If you have that bowl of water, you want to tip that bowl of water and pour it on yourself. So just by doing that, we're going to tip that bowl of water and we're trying to pour it on ourselves. That gives you a posterior pelvic tilt and that'll help you engage your core more. Think about it logically speaking. If I just lift up my legs, I can only activate my core so much. Now if I lift up my upper back too, now I can get a better crunch in the middle of my core and getting a better contraction. So we're trying to crunch as much as possible, and that's a hollow body hold. Like I said, perform this for as long as you can for 2 to 3 rounds. So for our third workout, we're gonna do planche leans. This is where you're putting both the first 2 workouts together. So you can use the ground for this, or you can use parallettes. Bonus points if you use the ground though, it is a little bit tougher. All right, so we're gonna face our hands slightly outwards. We're gonna point our toes. If that's too difficult, you could just sit on your toes as well. I'm gonna point mine. So we're gonna protract. I have our elbows facing forward, just like we practiced before. Our core is tight. I'm not too high. I'm not sagging either. I got that posterior pelvic tilt where I'm squeezing the glutes, squeezing my quads, and my core is engaged. We're gonna just lean forward, and we're gonna press up and back. We're gonna lead with our back, getting around it. So we got that hollow back, core is tight, press up and back. All right, if that's easy, you can step up a little bit closer and lean a little bit more. Lean, see how hollow and straight I am? Press up and back. You're gonna wanna do like 8 to 10 reps of those. They are very difficult, but super, super effective. Eventually you keep leaning forward. You don't wanna lean forward too much. A lot of people teach that way, where you just keep leaning forward until your feet come up. It's not necessarily true. The more you can hollow out your back, press through your shoulders, you'll be able to lean less and just pick up your body with your core. That's why the core is so important when performing a planche, and that's why we do the hollow body hold. For our last workout, we're gonna do those pseudo planche push-ups. Remember, there's a bonus workout, so if you came this far, stay tuned, we're almost there. We're doing that pseudo planche push-up. So the key to this is basically, we're going to start with our lean. So that's why we're doing it in this order, just like our third workout. Start with the lean, and then we're gonna do a push-up close to our waistline. All right, so let me show you what this looks like. Remember, you can do this on parallettes as well. Like I said, bonus points for those who do it on the ground. It is a little bit tougher. So same applies, just like the lean. So we're gonna lean into it, hollow body, eye of our elbows facing forward, core nice and tight. But now we're gonna do a push-up. Just going down, nice and straight, press up. Now, I understand this is very difficult, so at first, you may not be able to lean that far forward, and you may lose that hollow body at the bottom of the rep. And that is totally okay. You have to build up that strength. It takes a while to learn. So let me show you what yours might look like right away. So you might look something like this. You might not lean so far forward. And when you go down, you might retract your back, and it might look like this, right? So as you go up though, re-protract that back. Always reinforce at the top that protraction. So down, let's say you retract, up, re-protract that back. As you get stronger, you'll be able to lean a little bit more forward, a little more forward, a little more, until you're literally pushing at your waistline, and you're able to stay hollow at the bottom of the rep. When you get real advanced, you start to do it where at the bottom, you get your feet off the ground. So you're gonna wanna do these for at least 5 to 6 reps. They are very difficult, take a lot of energy out of you. So you wanna make sure your form is really good. So don't worry about doing so many reps. I say around 5 to 6. 6. So if you made it this far, you made it to the bonus workout. This is the 5th workout we're gonna do, and everything we've learned up to this point really applies here. This is the first time we're gonna try to get those feet off the ground and get you into that tucked planche. So the way we're gonna do this, we're gonna start with that 3rd workout, that lean, and then we're gonna bring our feet in slowly and try to get our feet off the ground, right? We're gonna bring our knees all the way to our chest and slowly lift those feet. Let me show you what that looks like. We're gonna hold. I'll be doing it on the parallettes. Like I said, you can do this on the ground as well. We're gonna protract, eye of our elbows facing forward, point those toes, core nice and tight, and we're gonna bring our feet slowly in, right towards our chest, slowly off the ground. Now we're in a tucked planche. Down, and back out. Same thing. In, we're gonna lean, everything tight, drag in, knees to chest, really press through, back out. If you want to get really advanced, I'll even give you a 6th bonus workout. Try doing that from an L-sit. So here's your L-sit. We're gonna tuck our knees in and we're gonna press through our scaps. Right, that is a little bit tougher. So it's an L-sit, tuck in, eye of our elbows facing forward, press through your scaps. So I actually gave you now another bonus 6 workout there. But that is how you need to begin your planche journey, making sure your form is perfect on every single rep, and as you get tired, go down to the easier progressions. That is my beginner planche workout for you guys. Like I said, please take it from step 1 and go through all the progressions. Even if you're a little bit more advanced, try this workout out. You will get used to how your body feels in this awkward position. You will build muscle memory over time, and it will get easier and easier, and you'll start to progress a lot faster. Now, like most people with planche, they jump and try to do straddle, tuck planche, try to do all these advanced moves, and it just takes them a very long time to learn, and their form isn't good, and they're more prone to injury. Like I said, take the time to do these steps, and I promise it will help you out tremendously. I even made that same mistake, and now when I went back, I got back to my full planche, and I'll keep it for much, much longer because I built up that strong muscle memory and that hollow back. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook at core_calisthenics. Also check out my website, corecalisthenics.com. I have every single workout I know on there and me explain the correct way to perform it in under 1 to 2 minutes. All categorized based on what equipment you have access to. Nothing, weights, rings, you name it, I got those workouts there. I also have a free 4-week bodyweight only program out right now. You can get all these in the link in my description. It'll change the way you look at working out, I promise you that. Also check out our shop. We have Core Calisthenics shirts there, and wheels, wrist wraps, chalk, parallettes, you name it, we got it. Please like and subscribe if you like this video. Comment what video you want next. I'll be happy to make it for you. I'll see you guys in the next video.